Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 6.
Coming up tonight, animal rescue. This zebra was found along with many other animals in a dangerous hoarding situation. What other kinds of animals the Nebraska Humane Society says they were able to save. Also tonight, cyclospora uncertainty. Worry is spreading across the country along with this parasite. How worried our health officials are about it reaching Nebraska. And charges changed. We're awaiting a decision from the Hall County attorney about the two suspects in an assault case that led to the death of Matthew Bishop. What we've heard so far. And breaking now, we are learning that tomorrow the two suspects will potentially face more serious charges after a Grand Island assault victim dies. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. Matthew Bishop right here. He was taken off life support around 4 a.m. today after his organs were donated. He was brutally attacked in Grand Island on Sunday and spent the past week on life support while awaiting the organ donation process. Now, we are getting word on what's happening inside the Hall County meeting that was held concerning the suspects in this case. Channel 8's Meg West is in the newsroom with what she has learned so far in the case. Meg?
Good evening, Rod. Yes, the Grand Island Police and the Hall County Attorney met today to discuss the case. Now that Matthew has passed away, they are discussing the case and whether those charges for the suspects will be changed. And just moments before coming on air tonight, we got an update that we will hopefully be getting more information tomorrow. Spencer Schubert, the communications manager for Grand Island, replying to us shortly before our newscast with the update. He says nothing has formally come from today's meeting, but they do hope to provide more information tomorrow. And this case made us curious about Grand Island and how dangerous of a place it is. So we took a look at their felony reports for the month of June, which you can see here. Nearly every single day in June has at least one felony reported. And nearly every one of those felonies reported are for violence, sex, or drug-related crimes. Of course, tomorrow we'll be monitoring this case all day, and we'll send you updates online on our newscast and on our Now Local News app as soon as they come in. In the newsroom, Meg West, Channel 8 News.
Thank you so much, Meg. Right now, another daycare is preparing to close here in Lincoln. The Nook Child Care Center will be the 12th center closing here in the capital city since 2023. That's according to Lincoln Littles, and this map from their website basically showing some of the locations that have already shut down. Today's news, another big frustration for families who are looking for child care. The Nook is feeling that heartbreak. They say it will be permanently closing on July 31st after 11 years of operation. They say before they close, their commitment stays with providing the same quality of care and familiar faces children know while families make plans for their next chapters. We reached out to the Nook today to learn the reason for their closure. They declined to answer that, but they do say it's a very sudden closure for all of them. Now let's get a look at your first forecast on this Thursday night. And here's a live look from our network of cameras that are overlooking southeast Nebraska. Quite a difference, right, from what we saw last night with those thunderstorms. Much quieter today. Should we expect that to continue? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
There are some thunderstorms out there right now, far western Nebraska, and a severe thunderstorm watch to go along with it. Central and eastern Nebraska, though, barely anything. A few blips trying to show up towards Custer County and then all the way over there towards Valentine and Cherry County, where there is a severe thunderstorm warning in place, and also one for Box Butte over towards Alliance. But again, most of the state is dry, warm, and on the humid side. We do have a mixture of clouds and sun over Lincoln. 86 degrees through 7 p.m., 82 degrees at sunset, and 76 degrees by 11 p.m. So there's that severe thunderstorm watch. It goes until 10 p.m. this evening, and does include portions of western Nebraska into very far southwestern Nebraska, like Dundee, Chase, and Perkins County. So keeping an eye on those storms. How much rain did we see last night, though? Quite a bit. Over almost 2¼ inches in Lincoln, just almost 3 inches in Hebron. Not much, though, in central and western Nebraska, but very spotty storms, though. Look at Nebraska City, Beatrice, barely anything, but over 2 inches in Lincoln, almost 3 inches in Hebron. So it really depended on where you're at as to how much rain you saw. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, Honda of Lincoln, nice but warm and muggy day out there. 86 with a feels like a 91 with those temperatures in the middle and upper 80s. We are going to see one more cool-ish day, then things really heat up. That forecast in a few.
All right, thank you very much, Rusty. New at 6. The Nebraska Humane Society is giving us an update on a search warrant they served in Elkhorn. They arrived at a property there to discover 60 animals, most of them very malnourished and thin, and a lot of them exotic. Amongst those 60 animals were dogs, chickens, geese, ducks, emu, ponies, goats, donkeys, alpacas, pigs, and this zebra you see here. They say most of the animals will be housed and cared for on NHS properties. They are contacting specialized partners for some of these animals because they just don't have the facilities for them. No word yet on the punishment for the person or people responsible for this hoarding. Only on 8, a near-death experience for a high schooler in Seward. The sheriff's office there posting these pictures of a nasty crash that happened this morning. A pickup landing headfirst into a ditch on the side of the road. The hood of the truck, as you can see, they're almost entirely ripped off. But we're happy to say the team behind the wheel is mostly uninjured. Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva spoke with the mother today and with the county deputy who helped make sure the teen was safe and sound. She joins us now with their thankful reactions. Danielle?
These are the pieces left behind from a crash that totaled a perfectly good pickup truck. Here you have a piece of the brake light, and here a piece of the rear view mirror. This all happened after it went airborne over this ditch. Initial impact happening right here, 68 feet away. A Seward County mother says her son is lucky to be alive after a wild wreck. He tells me he was on his way to lift weights. Fighting fatigue, he dozed off for just a moment, swerving off the road, going airborne, and landing 68 feet down the road. His mom, who didn't want to be on camera to protect the privacy of her family, calls it a miracle. Taking to Facebook, she expressed her profound gratitude for those coming to his rescue and for the seatbelt that stopped a tragedy. She says, quote, "Sometimes you feel like kids aren't listening and nothing is working. They're just kids, but they are listening, and you should never stop telling them to wear their seatbelt." As a woman of faith, she says an angel was looking over him too, her son's dad, who passed away not too long ago. Her post also shouting out Sergeant Troy Schaefer, first on scene with decades of experience with situations like this.
He was visibly shook because shock is sometimes a factor, and especially with children, younger kids. Sometimes it's the first time they've crashed a vehicle, and so you have to take extra precautions with them. You just got to calm them down. First thing he wanted to do was call his parent.
He says other crashes like this one don't end up like this, and he's seen many people die from this type of accident. This teen is an exception.
He took a pretty big jump. 68 feet over the ground. He's going to be sore. You hear how there's no tracks? No tracks. See where the front end of the pickup hit the ground.
The driver was later examined at a hospital and remains uninjured. His mom tells me that she knows God was with him during the crash and is just so thankful he was saved. Reporting in Seward County, Danielle Da Silva, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Danielle. Stay with us. We have more heading your way after the break, including stomach bug spreading. This parasite has gone viral online, sparking concern across the nation. What our health officials think about the possibility of it infecting Nebraskans. Stay with us. We're back in 60 seconds. And breaking now, legendary singer Bonnie Tyler has died at the age of 75. Ah, yes, Tyler's voice was the distinctive and husky soundtrack to the 70s and 80s, known for her hits like Total Eclipse of the Heart and It's a Heartache. Her family says her passing was unexpected, but was a result of the illness she had been treated for. She died last night in Portugal. Right now, health officials are warning the public about a parasite that's spreading across the country. It's called cyclospora. It's been found in drinking water, vegetables, and the source has yet to be identified. It's most well known for causing pretty bad diarrhea. We asked state health officials if they're concerned about the parasite affecting Nebraskans. Their director of communications says there have been no reported cases of the parasite in Nebraska. She adds that we typically do see a few cases of the parasite every year, and it's mostly associated with international travel. New tonight, the Lincoln Hygiene Network receiving some generous donations. Union Bank and Trust donated them enough money to where they were able to purchase the supplies needed to create a large supply of period kits. They're also thanking the Mayor's Commission on Women and Gender for rolling up their sleeves to help them assemble these kits last night. And in Columbus, the community is invited to celebrate their new playground called Sertoma Land. The dedication ceremony is going to be at 4 p.m. next Thursday. It's an all-inclusive playground designed for children and families of all abilities. It features a conveyor-style lift, allowing children with different needs to actually reach the top of the slides independently.
Strong storms are trying to roll out of the Panhandle and into Nebraska as we head through the overnight. How far east will those make it? The forecast when we come back.
Also coming up tonight at 10, a big decision could shape the future of Waverly Public Schools as the school board takes up the superintendent's resignation. We'll be right back. New at 6, the Chadron Volunteer Fire Department is taking a look back at the work they put in fighting wildfires. They responded to the Ashby, Morrill, Ashpole, South Fork, and Log Road wildfires from March through June. You can see all the time they put in from month to month on your screen. In total, the Chadron Department had 76 different personnel deployments, 32 apparatus deployments, and more than 800 volunteer personnel hours dedicated to fire response. Also new tonight, the Lincoln Police welcoming their two new tactical flight officers. John Fensel and Jeremiah McDowell are joining the team. Tactical flight officers fly with the Nebraska State Patrol Air Wing and its helicopters and airplane. The police department says they provide critical aerial support by coordinating operations and relaying real-time information.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time, which is 11 o'clock Central Time. Cherry County into the Panhandle and far southwestern parts of the state of Nebraska into Colorado. That will try to make its way into central Nebraska. More on that in just a little bit. 21st and L Street, traffic flowing nicely. On our Allochem at 21st and L, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. We had some good rainfall and some severe weather too, but more on that in a second. But we did see rain over the last week as well. So the drought monitor has improved. I'm going to point out this area, extreme to exceptional drought, and this huge area of extreme to exceptional drought. Obviously, almost the entire state needs rain. We did see some improvements. This is how you get out of a drought. It has to be slow but sure. It's not a one and done. If you see 10 inches of rain in one go, that does nobody any good. It just runs off and doesn't help anybody. So you need the right amount of rain at the right amount of time over and over and over again. And we're trying to do that. So we have improved. Still though, extreme to exceptional droughts out there, a lot of severe. So we're still in a big drought, but things did improve over the last week. So a little bit of good news. It's still not great news, but it's better than things getting worse. Temperatures right now are warm, but a little below average. In fact, today was a below average day, especially in Lincoln. Did not feel like it. It was a very warm and muggy day today. 86 though right now in Lincoln, 87 in Beatrice, 86 also in Hebron, some 84s in York and Grand Island, 85 in Aurora. This is the problem though. The dew point, once you get into the 70s, it's like a switch is flipped. It's just the humidity just kicks up a notch. It goes, oh, the dew point's in the 70s. Here we go. 68 in Wahoo and 69 in Omaha, a couple of the cooler spots, but most of us right around 70. So the heat index is right around 90 degrees. Mostly sunny skies in eastern Nebraska, central Nebraska, some cloud cover. One spot storm over here in Custer County, just west of Broken Bow, and that's attached to this storm right here. That storm's getting going there south of Valentine, and then this line of storms making its way into the Panhandle. So because of that, large hail possibility west, the western quarter of the state, western third of the state, I guess, and damaging wind, also a possibility. What will happen over tonight is this will try to make it into central Nebraska, not quite by 10 p.m., but right around midnight starts to move into parts of central Nebraska, but it also starts to weaken. It's still out there at midnight, but then it kind of loses its focus. I completely understand that. This line, though, doesn't disappear. It does make it into eastern Nebraska. Notice the cloud cover. I think we'll see some patchy fog early tomorrow morning. Spotty showers and thunderstorms, a possibility on and off, kind of all over the place. This is by 1 o'clock, and then in the afternoon when things warm up, kind of like when a pot boils, the bubbles, trying to figure out where those bubbles are going to happen is what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. Just isolated showers and thunderstorms on and off, and then they kind of disappear as we head past sunset tomorrow. And again, that visibility, the potential for fog out there, it's not going to be widespread, but if you see a little patchy fog, visibility less than a mile, there you go. So tonight, temperatures in the middle and upper 60s to around 70, a warm night. Kind of a cooler than average day tomorrow. We'll see highs between 80 and 85. I think around 82 in Lincoln, 81 in Seward. Do not get used to this. I think the cloud cover will have a lot to do with that. Dew points in the 60s, so the heat index a little higher, in the middle and upper 80s. But then we get back to around normal Saturday and Sunday and even Monday. Look at no rain, though, in this forecast. That's unfortunate. We still need the rainfall, and there just isn't any out there to be seen. And those high temperatures for a good portion of next week into the middle 90s.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Those strong storms in Lincoln last night, leaving behind some damage. This is near 84th and Pioneer. Some trees ripped completely out of the ground. Some huge branches also snapping off. Citizen journalist Melanie sharing this video she sent into the Now Local News app. This is in the Fox Hollow neighborhood in East Lincoln. Yeah, a giant branch hanging from the tree, dangling. And when storms strike and it is safe, we ask you, if you see it, shoot it. Send it into the Now Local News app. We pay you to do it. It gives the Channel 8 community the best scope of the damage left behind by these severe storms. Coming up next, we're heading into the sports zone. What are we talking? Some b-ball?
All the B's, yeah. Talking some Husker basketball. Nebraska giving the team update today. We'll have the latest coming up after the break.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, hey, what's going on? Nate Johnson's my name. Talking sports is my game. Okay, I was a little cheesy, but Rod told me I had to say it, so when Rod tells you something, you got to listen. All right, let's get into it today. Nebraska men's basketball gave a summer update, and there's a lot of new faces to this Husker team, and a big topic of conversation this offseason has been who will pick up the leadership roles left behind by former seniors Sam Hoiberg, Rink Mast, and Jamarcus Lawrence. One of the obvious answers is redshirt senior Cale Jacobson, who has continued to be a bigger and bigger piece for this Nebraska squad. Today, he acknowledged, that loss of leadership and that he and the other veteran players have done their best thus far to be a director of sorts during the practices that have a lot of new and young faces. Jacobson also spoke on the new players and their early impact.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're a super fun group, just a lot of good dudes. And obviously, as we start to continue to play more live, you start to see, why the coaching staff really liked a lot of these guys. And super talented. They all do a lot of really good things. But ultimately, everybody's pretty unselfish again. And it's just been a fun group to play with. Sharing the ball, high assist, low turnover, obviously, is what our recipe is. And so if we can kind of replicate that and then obviously rebound at a high level, that gives us the best chance to win. And so we just have to continue to knock away at those things.
Well, great to hear how the team is gelling. Freshman Jacob Lanier spoke on his time as a Husker so far and who's been helpful to him and his impact.
All right, some older guys, obviously Cale Jacobson, Connor Season, Price, been a big help for me. Having those older vets, they're really helping. Especially Cale. I have my locker is right next to him, so he's just one answer or question away. I'm just trying to compete and just earn my spot on the team, earn my respect, earn my spot, and everything. I think everything will come after that.
Well, excited to see what Lanier looks like this season. A great mindset, though, already. It seems like he has. Well, finally, let's take a look at some professional baseball in and around our coverage area. The Salt Dogs, they're going to be in action later tonight, 6:35 p.m. first pitch. Omaha taking on Louisville right now, and then Kansas City following New York, the Mets, 7-3 the final in that one. And that will do it for sports tonight. Rod, we'll go ahead and send things to you, partner.
I love that intro. Yeah. Nate Johnson's my name, giving you sports is my game. We're going to have to come up with one for Rusty. Let's think about that, all right? Until then, let's get a final look at the weather. How's it look tonight?
After last night, it looks fine. It's just a little warm and a little muggy, and that kind of sums up July, which is headed our way. It is going to get a lot warmer as we head through into next week. Storms rolling out of the Panhandle and into parts of central Nebraska. The severe weather threat is in the Panhandle right now and into very close to Valentine. So watching those storms, and they'll kind of make their way east and then fizzle out a little bit, but sticks around just enough to give us a few showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm Friday afternoon into the evening hours before they dissipate completely. And then that'll be it for precipitation for a while. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the 60s. Highs tomorrow, lower 80s, so a cooler than average day for Friday, but don't get used to that because the 90s come roaring back and the precipitation does not. We are going to see a lot of sunshine next week.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the night. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.